We'll probably go second. Make him full because I can't. This will start so much hell.
Okay, so that'll go second.
That'll go second.
Okay.
Hello. It is us. It is Kramer and Jess and our lovely producer, Hassan.
Hi.
Welcome to the 94th episode of Kramer and Jess Uncensored.
Wow.
Brought to you by Pepto-Bismol. If your ass is burning,
hey,
you'll have a yearning.
Y'all want to play games until you need good old Pepto.
I'm telling you.
No,
Talk all you
Pepto
want.
is loyal and always there when you need her. So
Not
don't
for
even
me.
show her some respect.
No, she could go straight to the trash can.
Why?
She's not good for me.
Oh, you can't do it?
No.
Doesn't work for you?
It turns black.
Ew.
No, it is true.
Like, it
That's a true
legit
fact.
turns black.
If you're probably taking too much of it. If you
No.
Yeah, what are you doing? Drinking
Actually,
the whole fucking
we
thing?
need
No,
to
the bottle cap.
hang on.
sorry.
We forgot they're a sponsor, so.
No, I'm supportive.
I know. I love. If there's anything that I love, Jess, I wake up in the morning. I'm like, thank God for Pepto-Bismol.
What I don't want is heartburn or indigestion,
Upset
upset stomach or
stomach.
diarrhea.
Yeah.
So I will
That's a good
always
commercial.
turn to Pepto.
I just don't like that it turns black.
We have a lot of shit to get into. Move along.
Yeah.
Speaking of shit, Pepto-Bismol. Actually, speaking of shit, let's start with a voicemail. You want to? This is a voicemail. You can always call us 855 Kramer Jess. Before we get to it, though, we do need to remind you, and I'm sure the first 45 seconds of this episode has taught you that this is not the radio show. So if you come looking for your wholesome, family-friendly radio program, you're at the wrong show. That's Kramer and Jess on demand. What is this, Jess?
This is the Uncensored podcast, which means it is uncensored. So
Yes.
like the close friends feature on Instagram, things that you would only show certain people, these are things we would only say to certain people.
And yeah, especially today. So let's get going with a voicemail. 855 Kramer Jess. If you ever want to call the show, feel free to leave us a message.
Hey, Kramer and Jess. So I was just listening to the podcast about Kramer bringing up the wiping 4 times in the restroom. So my partner, she literally probably wipes like 7 times after she goes to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was in the bathroom with me one day and she's like, how do you only wipe once? I'm like, because like it's clean after I wipe 1 time. But also I heard you guys talking about flushable wipes, and this has been my life for the last month and a half. We just spent $15,000 on plumbing in our house due to the wipes. They're not flushable. So just keep that in mind whenever you guys are doing that in your home.
No.
But anyways, I love you guys and hope you have a great rest of the week.
And
Love
and we
you.
love you as well. I've heard that before, actually, too.
No.
Even if
Yeah.
they say they're flushable, apparently they're not actually flushable.
Is it?
Yeah.
We need to find out if this applies to like a certain brand. Is the
a good
brand
question.
causing these issues?
If you're a plumber and want to help us out with this,
yeah, are there flushable wipes that are better than others?
quick update in case you weren't here last week. I said I was shocked because I was in the bathroom with another guy the other day. It sounded weird, but it worked. 2 different stalls, and he literally, I heard him undo the toilet paper roll 4 times, and I'm like, how many times are you supposed to wipe your asshole? I literally only did one.
How do you know that it's clean if you only do it once?
Exactly.
Well,
and you don't look at it.
I didn't. To be completely honest, in complete vulnerability, I didn't. Okay. This week though, I've done much better.
That's good.
I've been checking to see.
I'm glad that you don't have swamp ass anymore.
But did y'all-
Thank God.
This is not. I don't want to get into too much poop talk today. But
Yeah.
like, does
Okay.
does your asshole not hurt kind of after you wipe it so much?
I'm not like stabbing myself.
Does
like,
it not, like,
no.
Depends on
No.
the toilet paper, and also it depends on the situation down there.
I had a little bit of blood in mine. I'm
Ew,
gonna be
Jesus
honest
Christ.
with you.
What is wrong
I'm gonna be
with
honest with you. I
that?
did.
There's a lot of issues over there, and I don't
You-
think it's relatable. I think you got to get yourself checked.
How
You don't think it's
hard are
normal?
you wiping?
You've never wiped and had blood before.
Well, not from wiping. No.
From- not from your butt.
Well, from
No.
something else.
Well, for her, period. For you, if you have blood, I'm assuming it's well.
Oh,
okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm over it.
No, but my thing is though, like, how hard were you wiping
I don't-
for it? To
I honestly
be-
didn't think it was bad. But anyway, so
Okay.
I've now gone back to the flushable wipes.
Okay.
And
Just get a bidet. At
I'll
this
just
point.
it's not my house. It's
Oh.
it's I would love a bidet.
That's true.
Did we talk about this last week? I love bidets. We
Yeah.
have
no
them in
we
Hawaii.
didn't. Yeah, they were good.
I like them. I'm not opposed to it. Do you think that wait, I'm confused of your feelings right now. Do you feel like your high school reunion is rigged?
Yes. That's perfect. That's perfect.
Jess, okay, listen. Jess has the weirdest conspiracy theories sometimes, and this one to me is like, I don't know that I can get behind it.
No, my high school reunion is rigged. Over a decade, these people are still playing the same damn game, and no thank you, I want no parts. None. Let me tell you about this high school reunion in Stockton, California. So, news to me, I always assumed that high school reunions, just basing off of what I've seen in the movies, is what I thought they would be like.
Yeah.
Is like put on by the school. Everyone's going back to high school. You're in the gym. You're like seeing people. You're like, hey, girl, what's up?
You're going to see Zac Efron was going to be there.
I thought
and all of them.
I thought High School Musical was going to be like High School Musical for my reunion.
Oh, God.
And Kramer tells me that no, it is normal for that to be put together on Facebook by the people who were in like the student body, blase.
I think it's
the
actually
SGA. Yes.
SGA?
That Student Government Association.
Okay.
So like the
I didn't know that.
presidents and all that supposed to put it together, yes.
Let's see. Also, if you're watching our YouTube show, which hi, by the way, to all of our YouTube people. Hello, Erica.
Hello.
Erica's the first person here. She's here 10 minutes before we even started. Celia, hi. Celia, by the way, DM me. I have a travel question for you. Mark is here, and Adventurer Jojo Isabel is here.
Wait, why? What's Celia? Is she working?
She works in travel.
Oh,
Yeah,
girl,
she's a travel agent.
DM me too. I have questions.
I can call you about some stuff too.
Can we just call you and ask all of our travel
DM me.
questions for free?
Yeah, I have questions.
Hello, Amber. Thanks for watching. Felicia, we'll come back to your comment here in a minute. My high school reunion, both 10 and 20 year.
Did you go to either?
No.
Okay.
No.
Why?
I don't have an interest.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I don't really. Everyone that I'm friends with in high school, because you got to remember, I was bullied in high school, so high school was not like one of my favorite chapters.
Okay.
I don't really have everyone that I want to talk to, I feel like I see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't feel like I really need to go back and see like anybody.
I feel like that's typical. Yeah, like you're still friends with the people you've been friends with.
We got Instagram. Like I see your life. It's not really like
that's what Garage said. He's like, if I had any business, I would just go look him up.
I'd ask. Like I don't know. I have
that's
no
what he
idea.
said.
But for both, I think my 20 year actually, yeah, it probably is happening. I remember it's October of 2022, so it's sometime right now. But both times, it's been the high school class president.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Has sent out a Facebook invitation, and yeah, then
is it funded by the school?
No.
Where does it come from?
That's that's the thing.
I feel like I could be wrong, but most schools that I know don't. I feel like it's just put on like, hey, we're gonna meet at this place. If you
come through.
Yeah.
I can actually let me see if Miguel's free. He is his high school president.
Yeah.
Let me see if he's free.
Oh, this would be good. I think it'd be good for me to ask him my
to-
questions and him tell me if they're throwing shade or if this is like just typical protocol of how you
Yeah.
put on a high school reunion.
Because Jess feels like this whole thing is rigged.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to explain before? Because I don't know if he's gonna be available.
Yeah,
or not.
let me tell you guys how I found out about this thing. So a friend of mine tells me, "Did you hear about this high school reunion thing?" And I'm like, "No, what the hell are you talking about?" I'm thinking my parents are gonna get a letter from my high school in the mail or something. And the student body people put together this Facebook invite and invited all the people that they knew that they were friends with on Facebook, and then put up a list of everybody else that they did not have a way of contacting or were not friends with. So they're like, hey, everyone, if you know any of these people, contact them. This list is literally everyone that they did not speak to or hang out with. When I would assume that it would be on you, since you're the people who are supposed to put this thing together, that you can't type these people's names in Facebook or Instagram and reach out to them yourselves, because how would anyone know to reach out to people? And I'm looking at people on this list because at first I thought I didn't get invited because I didn't know about it. I did get invited. I just didn't even see the invitation or whatever. But like I look on this list and it's all these people. A lot of these people have Facebook. A lot of these people have Instagram, and they are not reaching out to them. They're like, hey, if you know them, cool. If not, okay, whatever. And I'm just like, what kind of high school reunion is that? You are literally just throwing a party for the people that you hung out with and or / still hang out with. And if anybody else has a chance of finding out, okay, cool. But if not, then sorry, you are missing your 10-year high school reunion then.
It sounds like a kickback more than a reunion.
It's not, because the kickback costs $100 a ticket. And if you're bringing somebody, it's going to cost $200.
So hang on. So your theory is, and Miguel's free in just a couple seconds. You think that the popular kids that are planning it
Yeah.
are only inviting the popular kids, almost like it was 10 years ago in high school.
And I said, player, we a decade out, and y'all still acting the damn same. Like it should matter. I think that to me, like I am more annoyed that so many people are not going to know about it because they're not reaching out to them. Like, wouldn't you think that they'd put in some effort to, God forbid, type somebody's name in the search engine and see that they're on Facebook, or like get information from the school and like get, they have all of our parents' addresses. Like, wouldn't that be a way to like reach out to people that you don't know?
I just feel like if they weren't already friends with them, you wanted, like, you think the high school president should go through and friend all these people on Facebook first? Because I'm assuming they probably aren't able to tag them in a Facebook post unless they're friends with them.
No,
you can't unless they're private.
This is like a event, or you can still like send a request or something like that. I just think it's shitty that pretty much the majority of our high school class is not going to their high school reunion because the people putting it on are not reaching out to them. I think that's so rude.
How many people were in your class?
There's hella people on I'm not about to count, but there's hella people.
Do you remember how many people actually graduated with you?
No, I was just trying to get in and out and dip.
This sounds like possibly 10-year-old high school aggression still unhandled business from back in the day.
Me?
I don't think these people. No, you, Jessica.
Her?
Yeah.
I got this invite. I got the invite. I'm pissed for the people who won't find out about this, who are still at home. I think that's really rude.
We'll get Miguel on a second. Can we, before we get him on though, I want to show, what is this picture from? If you're watching our YouTube show, I hope you'll go watch this, because I swear to you,
Kramer's so whack.
Jess sent me this the other day. And
so I am featured in my high school theater pamphlet. They reached out to a couple of us trying to like put together like success stories or who you were in the theater. Like, please donate, look at these people, blase, blase. You got a career in the performing arts. Look at them now. Woohoo. So it's a side by side of me from when I was in Hairspray versus me here at the station at Mix when I was 6'5".
What year were you? What was this from?
2011. That's the year I graduated.
Senior year?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to show you this picture. And if you don't listen to if you don't watch our YouTube show, this is the only way, obviously, we're able to do this. I know we have limitations with the podcast, and this is one of them.
Yeah, I'm not going to post this anywhere.
Jess literally showed me this picture, and I didn't read the description yet, but I was like, oh, there's Jess. Who is this other Asian girl that I've never seen before?
You're so
in my whole entire
dumb.
life. Jess, I swear to you.
You're so dumb.
Your baby pictures look like you. Everything looks just like you. For some reason, I literally, I was like, no joking aside, I literally was like, oh, who's this other girl?
Yeah.
No idea. Okay, I'm going to show you this picture. I want to get YouTube's opinion. Do you think, this is high school Jess, do you think this looks anything like?
Yes.
Jess. Now look at that. Look at the hair. It's the hair and the eyes to me.
That's 100% me.
That is her.
You sound like a joke right now, Kramer.
I'm not being a joke. I swear to God, I looked at that picture. To me, I feel like now you look, if I had to say, you would look more Hispanic or more Mexican than you do Asian. And but for some reason, this picture, it looks more Asian than it does Hispanic. I look at you every day. For the past 7 years, I've seen your face. I literally could not recognize it.
What do you think about what he's saying, Hassan?
You're showing your age. And also, no, that does look like Jess.
What about that looks like Jess? To me, that looks
everything looks like Jess. The only thing,
like the hair, like your hair has always been so boisterous. The
she's
eyes
doing
don't
hairspray. What was you Penny in Hairspray?
No, I wasn't Penny. That my hair was like naturally straight.
Okay.
At the time.
But no, the only thing is like it's lighter because of the sun, so the sun is like beaming on her face.
Yeah.
But she's probably the same skin tone as it is there, but it is darker in the studio. But no, that looks exactly like Jess. You're just showing your age.
What kind of camera you think a high school theater department got, huh?
I literally
what
crappy Nextel.
Yeah, thank you. What kind of funding you think?
That's the razor.
Erica says,
dark hair.
It looks like Jess with dark hair. Amber says yes. Her smile is similar. The smile, yeah, okay, but nothing to me. It's just, nothing else.
I'd say like the sun is beaming on her face, so that makes it look lighter than what she actually is. But no, that is 100% Jess. There's no change in it.
I swear to you, as somebody that I look at every day, I had no idea that picture was a picture from Jess from high school. Okay, let's call Miguel. This is
oh, good. I want to ask Miguel.
This is I'm gonna have to call him over here. You want to explain who Miguel is for those that are new?
Miguel is our friend / superstar. He's on the radio in North Carolina, and Miguel and Kramer used to be on a show together. They were on their first radio show together. So they've been friends for a really long time. Went to college together.
Okay.
Is this the person that he tried to compare us to?
No.
Oh, okay.
Hang tight. I don't want to get him on the radio. I'm going to get him on the podcast.
I'm curious because if he tells me that that's their job, that's the amount of effort that they're going to put in, okay, fine. I just would assume that they would work a little harder to reach out to everybody else.
He is at least in the top 20 morning shows in Charlotte. He's somewhere in the top 20, folks. So give this man some respect.
Yes.
Miguel Fuller, everybody. Miguel Fuller. Yeah.
Hello. And it would be top 15.
Yo!
Thank you.
You better put some respect on that motherfucking name.
We
Thank
were at
you.
17. We started at 17. So literally.
I know. Hey.
That's big. That's
Actually,
big
I
jumps.
don't know. I think they're actively trying to make sure. They're like, just focus on the show, do your job.
Yeah.
I remember.
Great.
It's not good.
It's only been 6 months. It's fine. I'm like, okay, it's fine. We'll get there.
That's what they told us too. They're like, just don't worry about the ratings. And today, literally, we're like, okay, corporate's calling us because you're in 17th place.
We're like, sorry.
We're like, okay, well, maybe we got to worry about it. Okay, we're not talking about radio. We're not talking about me. Jess, we were talking about high school reunions, and Jess feels like
my high school reunion is rigged, and I need you to either validate me or let me know the process, because right now I feel like these people are rigging this event.
You popped up because you were the high school president. I want to get this right. You're the high school president of your senior class, yeah?
Incorrect. I was senior class president for Roswell High School class of 2003.
Damn, so
okay.
specific. But you are in charge of the reunions, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Every 10 years, and then when we start dying off, every 5 years.
Oh my God.
Wait. Okay, Miguel, was this like an oath that you had to take in high school when you agreed to do this?
Yeah, pretty much. Like you have a whole. So the way our high school did it, we had a yearbook dedication ceremony because every year the seniors would pick someone to dedicate the yearbook to, and then they would announce the winners for that next year's senior class officers. And so you basically it was very nobody else cared about it except for us, the student council.
Yeah.
So we made everybody at the pep rally watch. But yeah, you were like,
yeah,
you will uphold the class of 2003 values and leave a legacy and keep planning reunions and stuff. So it was a thing.
Okay, so these people took an oath to do a duty. Got it.
So explain what's happening with yours. And Miguel, tell her, is this normal or is this high school drama coming back all over again? Okay.
So the student council individuals who are putting together our 10-year high school reunion have put together a Facebook event, and they added every person that they know and that they're friends with on Facebook. As for maybe 60 people between the two of them. As for everyone else that they did not speak to or associate with in high school, have been posted on a list in the description, and basically we're like, hey, we don't know these people. If you know them, let them know. Thanks. Otherwise, those people on the list have no way of knowing about the 10-year reunion. And I look at, I got invited to this event, so I was aware. I'm looking at this list of people, and there are numerous people on this list that have Instagram and Facebook that I feel like they should have reached out to instead of just putting on this list. And, if they find out, cool. If not, sorry, not sorry. Is this normal, or is this completely messed up?
So I think that is absolutely normal. So you have to
Miguel, I just love radio people. Such a dramatic answer. Right? I think that this is completely normal.
Are you kidding me, Miguel? Are you kidding me?
I know. Okay, so here's the thing. You have to look at it from their point of view.
Oh,
Put
please.
yourselves in their shoes.
Fine, I will.
So they're probably trying to plan, I know when we did our 10-year, it was a year before. So the two hardest parts about planning a reunion, especially the first one, the 10-year, is tracking everyone down.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had 560 something people in our class. And so I didn't have everybody. And, the people that were planning it didn't have everybody. Mm-hmm. So we literally went to the school, got a list, printed it out, and, typed people's names in and found them and stuff. Okay. So we were the overachievers of it. Most people won't do that.
Why
so,
not? You took an oath. You took an oath. And I feel like if you took an oath, that is your responsibility, whether it's 10 years or 20 years out.
Absolutely. But with that oath comes, bitch, I'm tired. And I ain't got time to look up everybody.
I'm so
just trying to
mad.
push something that's like
Dude, I feel that.
somewhat decent for y'all to get drunk at and forget that we organized it.
I completely, and I agree with Miguel 100%. Like nobody, like, with what time you want him to go through the fucking school
Well, then
registries
maybe you shouldn't have been student council if you were gonna throw in the fucking towel. Then maybe you didn't deserve if you were going to uphold the responsibilities.
No. Okay, so Miguel Fuller, who was a 16-year-old overachiever, would sit down and plan his outfits on Sunday for the rest of the week and iron them. Miguel Fuller's wearing the same pants for the past week now as a 30-something. So
there's no time.
People are just a little different.
There's no time. Do you, Miguel? Do you enjoy going back and seeing your high school friends? I said because my 20 years this year, I'm not going. I didn't go to my 10 year. Like I don't give a damn about like anything to happen with these people. I don't. Because everyone's so mean to me. Like I don't want to go see these people. You know. Like so what? Do you not feel that at all?
No, I don't. Because to me, because everybody has a different issue with high school, and like for me, I'm from Atlanta. Went up to the rich area where Kramer lived, and I lived on the south end, and I was bussed up, and so I had so many issues about not feeling adequate, not feeling smart enough, not feeling good enough, and so when I put together my 10-year reunion with the committee, and I had so many people at the time that were like, "Oh my God, Miguel, we listen to your show now, and we're so proud of you. You always wanted to do radio." So for me, it was that validation of like, I always made myself feel less than no one else did. So for me, it was validating to go and experience.
Honestly, was it a smidge like rubbing in their face? Be honest.
A little.
The way he's hesitating, that's a yes.
Yeah.
No judgment here.
A little judgment. But.
Okay, so there was like this one guy. It was really awkward because I was like, we were talking. He was like, "Oh my, I looked at your show online and this you've done and this you've done." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I was like, "What do you do?" And he was like, "I'm the produce manager at Kroger." And I was like, well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that because you have to keep the produce going well. So sometimes it's a little awkward.
Wait. You really said that's good because somebody's got to keep the produce going?
I'm sure, because I was like $5,000 at the time, and I was just like, don't know how to say this, because then people are like, well, you got to interview this person and do this and do that. And like, yeah, it's really cool to talk about, but I don't ever want to make it seem like this braggadocious thing.
Yeah. But you felt like, haha, it low key on the inside, like I've clearly been more successful than you in this situation.
No. I mean, well, okay. Also, let's keep in mind, I was working in Panama City. And
okay.
Money,
so you were making half what he was making.
Yeah, exactly. So like, he probably bought my drinks that night.
I was gonna say, you ain't paying for shit.
No, so I mean, let's be honest here, okay? Yeah. Like maybe now for the 20 year, when we do that next year, I will be like, all right, cool, I have arrived. This is cool.
Yeah.
But I definitely pulling up in my, Scion that probably had a spare tire on it.
Will you be reaching out to everyone for your 20 year, or will you be doing the same thing and just putting up a list and making everyone else do the work?
So thankfully, because we did all that work back then, 10 years ago, we have people's names and stuff. So we're good now.
This is the example. This is the example that everyone should follow.
Be more like this.
But listen, they have to do all the calling. They have to do all of the organizing. And when y'all are getting drunk and wasted and they're having to like clean up after y'all and then tag all the photos and probably spend their own money, remember, they did it for you.
That's true. And now really quick, how many hours do you think, because keep in mind, we're all busy as shit, right? We as adults are all busy as shit. And none of us on the phone right now, or nobody else on this podcast right now, have kids. So imagine throwing kids into the equation as well.
Yes.
How many hours do you think it takes to plan a high school reunion?
I would say, oh gosh, maybe 10 or 15, depending upon how, because you have some reunions where they're like, it's a weekend where we're going to do this on Friday.
yeah.
And then
Oh,
we would
wow.
tour the high school and do this. We just did like a one-night thing.
Yeah, I'm from
So it
a
also
small
depends
town.
on how, intensive they make it.
Mhm.
Okay. Still, 15 hours you got thrown into your week some way, somehow.
The invites,
2 days.
the invites came out you guys.
That sounds like what else you do with your free time?
That's BS.
The
I've
invites
been
came
quiet this whole
out
time.
3 days ago, and the event is like the day after Thanksgiving.
Oh God, no, I'm not
Wait,
going.
it's after Thanksgiving?
It's Black Friday. It's the day after Thanksgiving, and they just sent out the event 3 days ago.
No, then then I'll be surprised if half the people that's in your class shows up.
It just
You gonna
seems
have it
weird,
on a
Brown.
holiday?
Yeah.
No,
Do you get what I'm saying?
Now-
you should have had it the week before or not at all.
Yeah, it seems weird to have around Thanksgiving. Miguel, thoughts?
No, I mean, that's how a lot of people either do it around homecoming, Thanksgiving, or the summertime.
Homecoming,
they're
summertime, better, not
over
freaking
it.
Thanksgiving.
Jess-
I don't
Jess
want the
is not-
student council anymore.
Like, no.
Jess is not in the
Listen,
more.
you respect those baseballs. They have big gavels that they use to help them.
No, Miguel. I feel like Miguel's student council was way better than mine. Your school sounds like so nice, and it sounds like you did such a good job.
Well, at
Well,
least they
I
had
mean,
a
it was
high
in the
school
Rich White
reunion.
area near Kramer. So
No,
I mean,
okay,
it was
okay.
very-
I'm minding my own business over here. Okay. All right. All the way from Roswell High School, now in Charlotte, hosting a big old morning show. It's Miguel Fuller, everybody. Miguel and Holly Uncensored is another great podcast to listen to. And yeah, anything else we need to plug here?
My podcast or my Instagram at Miguel Fuller and the show's Instagram, Miguel and Holly.
Look at this guy right here. Look at this guy right here.
Yay.
All right, Miguel. Love you. Talk to you later.
Love you. Bye.
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 Okay. Settled? You good?
Sure.
He takes that serious. I mean, he
No,
takes that shit real
obviously
serious.
he was in student
So-
council, so I think we called the wrong person.
I'm assuming those that's in that Facebook group probably feel the same way. Very defensive over it.
Whatever.
All right, running low on time. Let's take a quick break. We got to get serious, and I'm begging you, if you are my family, do not listen to this next segment. I have to have trust in you, and I would hope that you would respect me enough to not continue to play this episode. Because
Fast forward the commercial and listen to it now.
I do not. I do not want to start any more shit than has already been started, and we'll do it after the break. So my sister and I are not on talking terms right now. And if I was in the wrong, especially I want to bring this up with Jess because you go through this shit all the time.
Mhm.
And you're, with what we do professionally, it can be really hard when it comes to this job sometimes.
Yes.
And something that I said, not on the radio, but on my other podcast
With your mom.
with my mom, Certified Mama's Boy, made my sister lose it.
Okay.
And I don't feel the need to apologize at this point.
Uh-oh.
It's one of those.
But you
But
say that you was the favorite child.
I'm the favorite, clearly the favorite child. But if I need to apologize, if we deem it, and I'll look at our YouTube show as well, then I will. But please do not bring this up to. I'm trying to calm this down within the family. So please don't. Hey, Maggie, I heard you talking. Just circle of trust. Okay. So my sister texted me last week, and she said, I am trying to, and I'm going to have to leave some details out of it because it is her business, and I don't feel right putting her business out there. But for one reason or another, she's having to save money right now, saving up
Yes.
for something. And she said, I'm trying to cut back on my spending. So I'm going to drop out of your certified fans, which is the people that pay to support my podcast.
She felt the need to say that to you?
Yeah. Text
Okay.
me.
That's nice of her because I wouldn't. I would just drop it.
Sing.
Next. Next.
Sorry.
I mean, come on now.
More rent, car note,
Utilities,
groceries,
bills.
Netflix, Hulu, buy certified. Sorry, no, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
And it hit me, and it hit me in a weird kind of way. I text her back and I said, "Oh, it's only your brother's dream. Don't worry about it," or something like that. And I sent her the link of
Kramer.
hang on. Let me get the whole story up. So that was that. And so I go on, you know us. We're constantly having to produce content, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
some days are easier than others. And it was a Friday show, and I just didn't have a ton of shit to talk about that day.
Yeah.
But it was one thing that bothered me through the week. So I literally threw it out there. I was like, listen, if I'm being a brat, tell me this. But basically, my sister is trying to save money. And so she's dropped out. And by the way, it's $5 a month. It's $5. And it bothers me because I feel like for $5 a month, like what is $5 a month going to do for you? Like, what is $5 a month for your brother? It's not like I'm Netflix. It's not like I'm Hulu. I'm not, I'm not even like a podcast of somebody you don't know. Like, this is your brother. And every time that somebody drops out or joins, I get an email and it says, this person has dropped out. And I'm like, it made me feel a certain way. If anything to cut back on, I don't think you're gonna miss $5 a month. Am I being a brat for feeling this way? Right. So that was kind of like the talking point of the podcast episode.
My answer is yes, but next.
Okay.
I was about to say yes.
You can go comment on Certified Mama's Boy.
Oh, we will.
So we have a Certified Fans Facebook page too. So those that are in the I hate saying fan club, it sounds stupid, but the paid portion of the podcast, I put it, let me actually pull.
You posted it in there for everyone to weigh in on.
Well, what I didn't specifically,
specifically
put the story, but it was funny because I was scrolling through Facebook and I got served this ad for this candle. And this candle said, it was like just something you send your mom. It says, "Dear Mom, thanks for putting up with spoiled, ungrateful, bratty children like my sister. Love, your favorite." Okay. And so like I saw it, I thought it was funny. And honestly, even this conversation in jest, it's $5 a month. To me, it's not the $5 a month. It's a sentiment of feeling like she's not, of all things for her to cut, she's like cutting that, and it felt bad. Is the podcast going to shut down over it? No, it was more of that. And even the conversation was in jest,
but it was coming from a real place.
It was coming from a real place, but like,
and she knows you, and she knew that.
On a 1 to 10 scale, how much did it really bother me? 2. Wasn't a big thing. And the conversation wasn't heavy on the podcast. It was more just like, man, really? $5? That's a cup of coffee. You have a cup of coffee, my brother.
So you're just like rambling, popping off, whatever.
Right.
Being annoying.
So I post that picture of that candle, and then all I put above it was, am I being too sensitive? So those obviously that listen to the podcast knew I didn't want to like stir it up. I wasn't.
But to her, that's an attack on her. That's a public attack on her.
So I wake up Saturday morning and I have this text message like,
oh, she was going in.
I mean, like anything that I've done to her over the past like year or so, like it was all getting brought up.
Yeah,
it was all.
She probably has receipts.
It was like everything. Remember that time at Christmas? It was just like literally everything. Just on and on. And like, I literally texted back. I'm like, I don't respond to toxic stuff like this. So if you want to have a conversation, let me know.
Oh God, here we go.
We get on the phone and it's just, oh man, I don't really want to get all the details into it. I don't think it's fair for me just to give my side of it. But like, it was can
you explain to me where she was coming from? Like just a combination of the texting and on the phone.
What bothered, I think what bothered her was having to see, because everybody, by the way, is against what you say. Most people are like, I would see how that could hurt your feelings too. It's $5 a month. It's not going to break the bank. It's more of a sentiment thing. And 100% of the comments said that. So I think from her reading that and feeling,
because this is your crew. So yes, they're going to say that.
It's my people.
Right.
So I think just by her feeling, and I think it's probably just a lot going on, it's just life in general.
Yeah.
I don't even know how much of it's this versus how much of it's the thing I said back in the summer, how much of it's the time and then how much of it's just her life in general.
Right.
All put together. But we basically got to a point where it just got so escalated to where like, we're not going to talk. We're just not going to talk for infinite amount of time.
Yeah.
And I don't, and this is what I explained to her, because I don't mind explaining my side. I just feel bad explaining her side without her speaking for herself,
Right.
Is that obviously I don't have a massive problem with this. This is what I do, is I share my life on the radio and on podcasts. And that's what I've done for 20 years now. This is what I do. It never was a direct. She's like, whatever I think I look bad now. I'm like, no one thinks you look bad. Like this is not a massive issue. Like it's just not. But I don't feel like I need to not talk about the things? And you know, you and I go through this all the time. If it's our story, our situation, what is fair to share and what isn't fair to share? And I didn't feel like anything out of this, because this is all my feelings about the situation. So yeah, we're not talking. And I don't know if I need to be the person to go say, okay, I'm sorry that I talked about you and make it better. Or does she need to come to me and, you know, make it better on her? I don't know. But, and I need Jess to, and Hassan will talk to you too, but like, Jess, you get into these all the time where you said, they said, I heard on the radio, I heard on the podcast.
On the reg.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your thought? Your whole take on this?
I see both sides, because I think that's what sucks is with this is we are so transparent, and us being so transparent is not a regular normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone's like that.
Mm-hmm. Most people aren't like
yeah,
this.
most people aren't like that.
Even people you listen to the radio may not be as transparent as like airing out everything that's happening in their life.
Yeah. And we can do and say all the things we need to say as far as like letting our family and friends know, like, this is what I do. Please be aware of this. Like, someone is still going to get their feelings hurt, you know? And I think that when it comes to my story, like, this is something that happened to you. Because I know when you were saying it, you weren't being like, fuck my sister. You're just like, you were just shooting the shit and you were just talking about something. It was fluff. Yeah. Right. But you and I know that. But to someone else who isn't in this and then sees themselves being like the butt of the joke, it feels differently. Yeah. And I think I try to put myself in that position more, whereas instead of thinking of it as a radio brain, because that's what you and I do every single day, where you and I go at each other, we make fun of ourselves. It doesn't even feel like it is second nature, because that's how we're walking through life thinking of content. That's how we operate. Right. Nobody else operates that way. Everyone else who does not live a life that way would never, ever say any of these things out loud, let alone to a stranger. So I'm trying very, very hard to balance that and also our career and the type of people that we want to be. And so with this, I think it would be, because to her end, I think she was doing her part by reaching out to you first, letting you know, like, hey.
You would have just dropped it? Yeah. Like, if this was your sister, but this is butter.
See,
you just been like, drop.
You can't compare me and you, because my family, my parent, you know, like, my parents would be like, girl, get over it. Girl, suck it up. Girl, literally. Girl, we haven't been. We'll see you next year. I'll be crying because my parents haven't come out here. They're like, girl, we're going to see you for Christmas. So
we'll see you Christmas for 24. We'll see you then. Bye.
Right. So
different dynamic.
Different dynamic. But I think, I mean, to her, she reaches out to you knowing that, didn't want to blindside you, knowing that that'd be kind of messed up, and sharing where she was coming from as to why she did that. So I think she did her part in that sense. Whereas with you, you're doing your job, you're doing your thing, and she got her feelings hurt. So I think, unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately, I just think with the position that we're in, if we're going to do that, we also have to be like, hey, I am sorry that hurt your feelings. I did not mean for it to be an attack on you, because it's different, like, listening to us talk about it versus going on Facebook and seeing people like comment and talk about you. Yeah. It feels different when you see it, because you're just like, they hate me, and what do they know?
We're so used to people hating us that
we get a text. We get texts every day of how annoying we are and like dumb we are. We see that shit all the time. And we have had to train ourselves to not give a fuck about what people say. Whereas other people, those are like, that can be hurtful. Yeah. So I think you just have to try to look at it from that lens.
I've got to go and I've got to fix this, you think?
I would. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hassan, thoughts?
I agree. Like, I feel like when she said, hey, I'm dropping you, you could have been like, hey, can I just use this as fluff? Like, I felt like giving her a heads up.
Should I have given her heads up, Jess? You think?
I think, especially for not like for you talking about on the podcast, but I felt like before that post, I'm like, hey, I talked about this. I'm gonna use this as fluff. Don't take it personal. I think something like that could have been.
I think for your dynamic, I think that may be something that may benefit your relationships and your family for you guys. Yeah. Me, on the other hand,
my parents don't care. My parents know I'm doing this. They don't give a damn.
Some shit goes out of me. I literally, like, y'all know I'm gonna fucking talk about this. Y'all know.
They just say don't say names, but they don't care.
7:40 Tuesday morning. This shit's getting talked about.
You guys better know. So, but I think that would be beneficial for you guys and of how she is, and I think that she would respect that too. And maybe she needs to know that. You
Yeah.
know?
Like I said, like from the Facebook post, she should have like got, hey, I talked about this.
Yeah.
I'm not mad, but I'm using this as content. I'm using this as fluff.
Okay.
Maybe that. But like
Okay.
the conversation on the podcast, it was fine. But yeah, you should say sorry for that part.
Okay. I guess I'll be the mature one if I have to be.
You're the oldest one, aren't you?
I'm the middle.
Oh, crap.
Erica says, I do think that Maggie wanted to say something to Kramer because he's Kramer. What does that mean? He is Kramer. What does that mean? What does that mean?
I just feel like
Karen Kramer. I think that's what it is.
You are like king of. Okay, it's like if someone annoys you or hurts you or you think something's unfair, like you are king of being like,
You gonna poke at it.
Oh yeah, I'm extremely sensitive for sure.
And so is she.
Yeah.
So you need to fucking adjust and be nicer.
Erica says, I think that he would have felt more hurt if she didn't say anything and he found out. So, for sure. If I just got a cancellation notice, I would have been like, what the
look
fuck?
what she did.
But y'all, hang on. Can I just defend myself for 1 second? $5?
Dude,
this is what we're talking about. Stop.
$5? Like, come on.
Well, no, but see, you know how you're making it seem like it's just $5. Who gives a fuck? To her, she's probably like, it's just $5. Who gives a fuck?
And then also,
like both, it's the same shit.
Podcast ain't gonna shut down. So
yeah, she's like, he's fine.
And you're just the one thing. She probably canceled other stuff too besides yours.
I know, but I'm her brother.
Oh my god.
Shapoy is actually listening to it. So
I hear you, but Doe Eyes says Kramer gives only child energy for someone who isn't an only child. And then everyone seems to agree with that.
Yeah.
There you go. She said, I'm glad I'm not the only person that sees that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going back to Certified Mama's Boy where they agree with everything I say.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You stay in that little bubble.
Because they were there, they'd be like, I mean, Maggie was out of line. She was out of line. You were right on everything, Krames.
No.
All right. That's it for 94 episodes of this show. Thank you for supporting it. We're running really late. Jess, how do we find you?
Just do it. JESSDUITT on all socials and my podcast Low Key.
Hassan.
You can find me at StanWillie2 on all social media platforms.
If you like me, come over to Certified Mama's Boy. You're gonna be a jerk.
Still go to Certified Mama's Boy.
He needs the content. I need the content.
He needs the content.
Let me talk shit about you. Okay, I'll talk shit about people. I'm that guy Kramer on Instagram. We love you guys. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.